gentlemen, Chandigarh Lalit Kala Academy warmly welcomes you to Invocation Rock Seed, a sculpture workshop and symposium. Over the next 4 days, we shall be viewing slide presentations by eminent sculpture artists from various parts of India. We would like to welcome our chief guest for the evening, Captain Karnail Singh, PCS, Director, Government Museum and Art Gallery, Sector 10, Chandigarh. We also welcome Mr. D. Rajsekhran from Chennai. I would now like to call upon Mr. Bhim Malhotra, Chairman, Chandigarh Lalit Kala Academy, to say a few words.
कैप्टन करनैल सिंह जी का मैं बहुत हार्दिक धन्यवाद करता हूं कि मैंने कल उनसे बात की और उन्होंने बिना किसी उसके, हालांकि काफी इनका आजकल बिजी शेड्यूल प्रोग्राम रहता है, तो इन्होंने यस कर दिया और आज हमारे बीच है। तो सर मैं आपका बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं। और जो हमारे जो गेस्ट स्कल्प्टर हैं, काफी दिनों से लगे हुए हैं विद फुल डेडिकेशन, तो मैं उनका भी बहुत थैंक्स करता हूं। स्पेशली जो आज जो दो स्कल्प्टर हैं, हमारे भूपेश कपाड़िया जी और डी राजशेखरन जी, तो उनका तो हम काम देखेंगे, उनका भी मैं बहुत स्पेशल थैंक्स करता हूं कि आज आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन है। और बाकी सब जो आप आए हो, आर्ट लवर्स और सिटी के और सिटीजन है, तो मैं सब आपका, और मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि हमारा ये 4 दिन का प्रेजेंटेशन है। मैं जानता हूं कि आप सारे थके हुए हो, रोज यहाँ वैसे भी आप चक्कर लगाते रहते हो, तो आप बाकी 4 दिन का जो हमारा प्रोग्राम है उसमें आप रेगुलर आओ। और ये हमारे विशाल भटनागर जी, नितिन दत्त जी, इन्होंने खूब जोर लगाया इस पूरे उसको प्रोग्राम को सक्सेसफुल करने में, तो दे आर अवर कोऑर्डिनेटर, तो मैं उनका भी बहुत थैंक्स करता हूँ। बाकी हमारे जो एकेडमी के मेंबर हैं, वाइस चेयरमैन, सेक्रेटरी, सबका तो थैंक यू वेरी मच। तो आज ज़्यादा टाइम में लेते हुए तो आई विल कॉल दिशा। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. I would also request you to please hand over a token of gratitude to Captain Karnail Singh. Thank you, sir. We shall now start with our first presentation for the evening by Mr. D. Rajsekhran Nair from Chennai. Mr. Nair was born in 1957 in Trivandrum, Kerala. He holds a National Diploma in Sculpture and a degree in Fine Arts from Trivandrum College of Fine Arts. He completed his post-diploma in sculpture with specialization in stone carving from MS University, Baroda. In 1987, he earned the MA Fine Arts in Creative Sculpture, again from MS University, Baroda. He has received many scholarships, such as the National Scholarship, Lalit Kala Academy Research Fellowship, Ram Chatpaj Fellowship, and Fellowship to Distinguished Sculptors being the prominent ones. He has also received many awards, including the National Award for Sculpture at the 37th National Exhibition, the Henry Moore Award by Henry Moore Foundation, British Council, Gujarat State Award, and Kerala Lalit Kala Academy Award. He has been invited to attend various national and international sculpture symposiums, camps, and workshops. He has also been a part of numerous group shows and has so far held 4 solo shows in Vasquez Gallery, Glasgow, Sakshi Gallery, Chennai, Sakshi Gallery, Bangalore, Sri Dharini Gallery, and Art Heritage, New Delhi. He presently lives and works in Cholamandal Artist Village in Chennai. Sir, I would request you to please come on stage. I would like to invite Mr. Bhim Malhotra to please present a bouquet. Thank you very much. I now hand over the stage to sir.
First of all, I have to thanks to our chief guest, then Lalit Kala Academy chairman, vice chairman, secretary, then staffs from Lalit Kala, then students and teachers from Chandigarh Fine Arts College, Bhatnagar Sahab and Nitin Dutt. Nitin Dutt and Vimal Bhatnagar is help us too much. They spend their lots of time to whatever our attention, they only take it. Every minute we are telling something. This both only taking care of us. So especially I am telling thanks to both. I joined Fine Arts College in 1976 December. That's the first batch we are in Kerala University's upgrade School of Arts became a College of Arts. So after 2 years later, I start my first stone carving there is no stone carving teachers, no stone carving tradition in that college. Just I started because as a first batch, no teachers are there, so lots of problems are there. We are coming from home, so many other students are staying in hostel. Principal can handle us. Oh, strikes, this. Finally, principal says, principal bought some stones and chisels, at least to do some work that way. That way only I started stone carving. Actually, for me, there is no any teachers to teach me. That way I start. Then immediately they appointed a contact-based professor, Kanai Kunjarama. He is my professor. He is only the first teacher to tell me about modern art and modern concept, whatever. So he showed me, and I said, this would do this way, this way, this is the story, that way. Just I started, after that only he is coming and telling. So that way I started my work. In the sense, we have a college, we have academic studies are there, but this is not in academic studies. This is for us, principal says, do something that way. Then I started. First I make a small sculpture, this much size head. 1 week I work, almost finished, it's broken. So I didn't tell to anybody because I know it's very bad. They will think, you don't know stone carving. So I didn't tell to anybody. I took another almost similar kind of stone and started work. And after, I know what happened that first time because technically and so many problems for me. That's why. Second work means after broken the sculpture, the second stone. Carefully, my mistake I know. Slowly I worked, I made the sculpture. That sculpture I sold for 350 rupees. So that's my big inspiration from the college second year. That way I started. Anyway, now I'll start my slides. This is the second sculpture I am making. I told you before, the first sculpture that's broken, I don't have that photograph. The second sculpture I am making is almost 1.5 feet height. That time I am not able to work like a three-dimensional carving, just suggestions with the drawing and all that. And the other one is the third sculpture. This is, I joined in Baroda. This is the first sculpture in Baroda. It's in Chinar sandstone. Next, both are in sandstone. The first one is around 3 feet. The second one is 2 feet. Almost similar kind of carving. I'm using that little polished surface and chisel. This thing I'm keeping that. Next, this is in green marble. That time I have an influence from so many masters, like European masters and all that. I have influence from there. So some kind of, you can see, maybe our teachers or our students can understand some kind of limitation is there that time. This is in granite. This is in vacation. I'm going to Trivandrum. Then I'll work 2-3 pieces in a rough cutting. Then I'll finish it. Come to Baroda. Then I finish it. That way I made it. And that's my self-portrait. This is also in granite. Because I started in granite only. Because in Kerala, so granite is the stone available. It's the hardest one. Local stone is very cheap also. But there nobody is doing for sculpture or anything. I learned from this stone is very hard. After that I come to Baroda, it become very easy for this sandstone, marble and all that. This also granite. It's around 2 feet height. Nishasalabam means evening flies. This actually this stone in Baroda, some seniors tried to. This is almost kind of a slab only, like this kind of. Somebody is trying to work, then they'll leave it. Then that time I can't buy stone. So I use that stone and I work this one. And Baroda same time in stone also using wood carving also I am doing this painted wood. The first time I am using the pieces arranging started 84, 1984, 85. That time only I started to use different pieces. This material called insulation brick. This is called for this casting the foundries. That brick only. One brick is. This is one brick. So this it's very soft material. No need to use. I use the axo blade and wood carving chisels and all. Very soft. The same material. This also same thing. It's again granite. When I went to vacation, I am going to Trivandrum again. I bring some rough cutting, then finished in Baroda. This is also as a 4-piece. This is wood for final year MA student. That time only this Henry Moore Foundation is organizing a competition for students. So that time I submit this work. I got the award. I have a chance to go to Britain and all that. That's still life. It's a painted one. It's a black and white photograph. Actually, I'm using some woods and all that. One of my friend, he's an engineer. When I was construction site, one neem tree was there. So you have to cut it and you have to remove that tree. So I asked him. He only bring that from bottom to top. I use that from big area to small branches. This almost to very thin. This much. This is that's the bottom. No, that's a different one. That's a teak wood. This is in sandstone. This is in Baroda, 1988. From Japan, 10 sculptors, and from India, 10 sculptors. I have just finished Baroda. I got a chance to work them. And this stone. So from Japan artists, from Indian some artists have missions and all that, but I don't have a mission or anything. With hand only, I made everything. It's a 1-month camp. It's an, this is that time. This is going to be a school, IPCL, Baroda, red sandstone. This is a grey granite. It's around 12 feet height. Top 6 pieces are there. Bottom the chest is the single stone. I finished my studies in Baroda after that camp. Then I moved to Chennai. Not the first work in Chennai. It's after sometimes first work I made in stone. Then it's going to what's the painted wood. So both face I have a model, but there's a small work, 3 feet something. This is I started large scale work. It's a 2-piece. Amma means mother. That concept only. This is in wooden plank, painted wood. From that time, by drawing, I started this. Just now, what I am doing here, you can see the drawing in that buildings. I started in 1993, 94, and after a long time, I think after 10 years only, I come in stone. I can work out how to make it in stone. I can carve old things without breaking. All this technically I am clean after so many years later. We are classmates from 1976 in Kerala and Baroda also. He is suicide. So his memory only I made that sculpture. The top one, that is a flower only. The flower pellets are there, but the pellets, my friend silhouette also there. Photography is not that all good. The pellet also, one is his silhouette I made it. I saw all, I told you, friends give a whole tree cut and give to me. This is the first big things I made it, then the last branches only. According to the availability of the material to thinking how to use this. That's why The first in Chennai, wood and stone in between. First stone, then wood, then after 95 I stopped wood carving. I started stone. That is my servant's daughter. She only bringing clothes and all that. These are untitled titles. There's no any specific, but in blocks, one area. It's not a whole area to work. So one area, little area is working. Other 3 sides are living. So something, I don't know, something coming out of the block. That kind of some feelings are there to me. Something touching that kind of face. So this is not an just make a face. Some interesting face I am using that. This time is in south only. All these works are in granite only. This are 2 pieces. This again is a little big work. It's in granite and is my in Cholamandal Artist Village. Their collection. This one. This only I am using the drawing, just a drawing in face and all that, because according that theme, dream, disease, death. The photograph is very bad. It's so many objects are there that both side, house, car, flowers, books. This also in top of the head, so many images are there. It's again little large work. 3 pieces. It's all pieces only, because after 2 feet height is very tough. This all work I made in my studio alone. So more than 2 feet handling is very tough. We need a helper or anything. So that is 3 pieces. This is 2 pieces, but around 3.5 feet, 4 feet size. This is in 2000. Again, I come to Baroda college. Just finished the college and all that. There I am using one is spiral, one is the step pyramid, the steps. One is in our this thing. That is something like going up, top. That kind of the steps means going to top. For that different, for steps different. One is going to spiral up, one is going up. That way, something in feeling in mind, going something. That is not Ganesha. That is that one group show that is titled for a Titan. To have to make both Titans. I made it in a elephant head, but everybody is telling it's a Ganesha. But I am not resembling with anything Ganesha kind of thing. This is a drawing in wall, then the wooden objects, not just hanging. Perspective, with fixing in wall. This is same thing. That one also same thing. I made that kind of work. Lots of work I made it. Then it's a problem for exhibitions and all that. Then I stopped that. This is the maquette for a sculpture. I'll show you later. After this maquette, after 20 years later, I made it different way. In between, I am working in bronze also. This is an anvil. You can understand the anvil that blacksmith and all that using this solid iron block. So the sheet metals and all that they are pressing and hitting and making from there. I take the mold from that anvil and cast it in wax. Then I work this in wood. This is wood and metal. That's fiberglass and wood. This both work I made in Kerala. In 1981, I go to Baroda. So I don't have much connection in Kerala. If I am going to Kerala, they are telling me he is from Chennai artist. So this is three, four works I made in Kerala. This is one. That's a fountain only actually. This is around 10 feet height. No, not 10 feet. Red sandstone and white sandstone. And David Saab organized a symposium in Gwalior. And this sculpture, that landscape you can see that's a very dry area and all that. I'm trying to make a nest kind of concept is coming. I made a nest for a small nest. There's in between the top 2 gap there is Lots of space is there. In top there is I made for water. So suppose birds can come and stay there. Rainy season, no water will be there. That kind of thinking is started that time. It's two different colors, but it's both. This photo I made. This is a real photograph from there. It's an anvil and plant that the hard material and soft one, the leaves and plant and that anvil. Some combination I am trying. I tried so many things like that way. Something very hard material and soft material, how to join together that way. This is in marble, that's in granite. So head with pumpkin. These are in my collection now. It's a big, around 3.5 feet. So 3 pieces. It's also 3 pieces. Granite, around 3 feet. And this is maybe people are coming here and watching, you can see that what I am trying to do here is a similar kind of work only. The whole, after that, I'm little relaxed way to work. It's not making too much seriously. Something play with material. This work is in my home. This is my home only. It's this is one piece, this is one piece, top one piece. So similar way only. I split here, finish the carving, then split that again here, then split 3, then arranging. That's the detail of that. The Tiku's photos only that.
What's the size of this?
This is around 20, more than 20 feet.
20 feet, yes.
It's a nest concept. These works are in top of a mountain, that places only. The final display is in top of a mountain. So here I saw after 1 year I go and see the evening and all that birds are coming there and sitting. That time only I thought this sculpture is finished. The birds come there, that is happiest. That's the beginning, a similar kind of work. All big works in symposiums. So this also not small. That's 8 feet width and 6 feet height. This is with me. So black granite and red granite. The leaves, the flower is ear only. Head with brinjal. If anybody can ask, you can ask later. Nowadays, in home I am making small works, maximum 1 feet. That's all this is a clover anvil. There's a shovel. They're all working models only. That's a gate. That's also gate concept only. Working model for a gate. Maquettes. This is different. It's a falling bird. It's marble, sandstone, granite. So again, same this thing. Working model for a gate. Small, this much size. This is sandstone, red sandstone. That is a yellow sandstone. I show you that before that maquette, I made it big size after 20 years later. But this photograph is not that angle, I don't know. It's not that much good. This again, that shovel with the building. This granite. It's very huge and very hard work. It's the same nest concept. Okay? This. So, big work in Baroda, Uttarayan I made. Actually, this is a 19 pieces project. So just now I finished 9 pieces. It's like a kind of a new generation that buildings, the everyday newspaper opening, first page there is buildings. So with that I made this one. This is the just 1 month before I made it. This is, I am working now, this is in my home studio only. It's a small, so 6-inch, 4-inch size, so height is 4 to 8 feet. So I have to make it more pieces. Okay, thank you, this much of it.